The ultimate time travel taboo: how tampering with your own bloodline could destroy reality. Chapter 1: The Ancestral Paradox. When you become your own origin, imagine traveling back in time to meet your ancestors, to see where you came from, to learn who they are. And what if someone went too far? What if they altered their family line directly, weaving themselves into their own genetic past? It's not just a moral nightmare, it's a paradox waiting to detonate. If you change the family tree, you change the sequence of events that led to you. And if your interference prevents your own birth, what happens then? Do you vanish, or does reality split in two? That's the grandfather paradox, but here, magnified to cosmic proportions. In theory, altering your ancestry could corrupt your genetic legacy. You might survive the paradox, but your descendants could inherit the chaos, mutations, unpredictable traits, even extinction. You become the architect of your own collapse. And beyond biology, there's a psychological toll. Imagine the weight of knowing that you rewrote your family's past, that your every action changes not just history, but the core of who you are. Could you live with that knowledge? Each choice sends ripples for time. The result isn't just a broken bloodline, it's a fractured universe. Chapter 2: A family at war with time. Now imagine an entire family tree, they meld with their lineage. Each generation jumped back to rewrite their ancestors' stories. The paradoxes would stack like dominoes. One relative prevents another's birth, when another erases a key event. Before long, the timeline itself becomes a taut, not too tangled to unravel. Genetically, their legacy would become unstable, layer upon self-alteration, until no one truly remembers where the line began. Philosophically, they become a species devouring its own history. History would convulse under the strain. Wars might never start. Inventions might never exist. The future might collapse under the weight of its own contradictions. A family waging war against time doesn't just destroy its lineage, it risks erasing reality itself. Chapter 3: Cosmic Crossroads. When time travel meets the stars. Let's take this madness to a cosmic scale. What happens when humanity's time experiments spill into space? Time travelers begin mixing timelines with alien civilization. Imagine human explorers altering alien history, merging DNA across species and epochs. The result: entire galaxies rewritten by accident. Now, new hybrid forms of life emerging from paradox itself. But the danger isn't just biological. Each intervention could destabilize space-time across multiple worlds. One species might never evolve. Another might suddenly appear centuries early. The delicate balance of the cosmos would ripple like a shattered mirror. A single misstep in time could trigger a galactic chain reaction, a war not over land or power, but over the integrity of existence itself. Chapter 4: Eldritch Entropy. When reality itself starts to fray. Now imagine something older than time noticing the chaos. Eldritch entities, beings beyond the logic, thriving in entropy, begin feeding on the paradoxes humanity has unleashed. Every distortion, every contradiction, every powers them. As they spread, reality bends. Physics collapses, sanity disintegrates, laws of cause and effect dissolve as timelines fuse and decay. In this ultimate scenario, time travel doesn't just break history, it breaks everything. The universe becomes a labyrinth of overlapping realities, haunted by echoes of people who never existed. And somewhere in the heart of it all, stands the first traveler, the one who dared to tamper with their own origin. Chapter 5: The biogenesis of the abyss. When evolution becomes an experiment. After the timeline fracture and cosmic boundaries blur, humanity begins a desperate experiment, rebuilding itself. The genesis and time travels, haunted by the arbitrary unleashed, turn to the only power left that might stabilize reality: evolutionary manipulation. At first as science, DNA is rewritten to resist paradox, designed to survive collapsing time lines. But the deeper they dig into the genetic code, the more they uncover patterns that shouldn't exist, signals hidden in biology itself, pulsing like an ancient language. And then the truth emerges. These patterns are not human. They are the remnants of eldritch entities that have been whispering through evolution since the dawn of life. Their essence encoded in the spiral of every helix. In their humors, the scientists try to harness it. They splice fragments of Eldritch DNA into living hosts, hoping to evolve beyond human limits to create a species immune to time. But the experiment doesn't create stability; it creates transcendental corruption. Those who undergo the transformation begin to see across timelines. They perceive all versions of themselves at once. Their thoughts fracture into infinite reflections. Their bodies morphing into mirror every possible form. They become living paradoxes, part human, part cosmic horror. The new hybrid species, driven by both human curiosity and eldritch horror, hunger, reshaping the ecosystem. The evolution accelerates uncontrollably. Trees whisper in impossible languages. Oceans pulse with sentient tides, and the stars themselves bend towards a new pattern of existence. Soon, natural selection no longer applies. Reality itself becomes the environment, and only the most adaptable and those whose minds can contain paradox can survive. And what began as a quest to fix time ends as the birth of a post-reality life. Organisms that exist simultaneously in past, present, and future. Their genes echoing with the voices of beings older than creation. And somewhere, deep in the chaos, these ancient entities awaken, smiling, because humanity has finally become their descendants. Conclusion: don't touch the thread. The lesson is simple. Time travel may tempt us to fix, rewrite, or perfect our past, but every touch it changes more than we can imagine. Reality is fragile, woven from cause and effect, and if you pull the wrong thread, you don't just unravel history, you might just unravel the universe itself. Hey there, fantasy and science fiction fans, lovers. If you can't get enough of mystical realms, futuristic worlds, and thrilling adventures, then you come to the right place. By subscribing to fantasy and science fiction at Storynory, you gain access to an amazing collection of stories that will transport you to realms beyond your imagination. By hitting that subscribe button, you'll never miss out on the latest tales of wizards, time travels, space exploration, and so much more. Our channel is dedicated to bringing you the best in fantasy and science fiction storytelling, and we're always adding new and exciting content for you to enjoy. But that's not all. By subscribing, you'll be also becoming part of our incredible community of fellow fantasy and sci-fi enthusiasts. You'll be first to know about the latest content for the channel that you won't find anywhere else. So what are you waiting for? Join us on this epic journey into the unknown by subscribing to fantasy and science fiction at Storynory today. Your next thrilling adventure awaits. Hit that subscribe button and let the storytelling begin. Thank you for being part of our amazing community. We can't wait to share even more incredible stories with you.